State Route 442. Double bituminous surface treatment section of this SPS 3 study on State Route 442 near Edgewater Park. We get into where we presume a little bit higher severity cracking as opposed to the last section out here, and particularly in the inside wheel path. And apparently there's been some cracks which have come off the road and have resulted in some high severity edge cracking up here. You can see where the asphalt is broken away and exposing the lime rock base. This is going to be an area that's going to require a surface preparation prior to the application of the treatment. You can see the water contact isn't doing the base any good, and actually ought to be repaired before any of these treatments are done, long before it, in the very near future in fact, in order to keep the base from being saturated and having problems due to base failures in this area. Something unusual about this, we've got a St. Augustine grass slope out here. I've seen, this looks a whole lot better than a lot of yards that I've seen around the house. Our predominant distresses in here are low severity transverse cracking, longitudinal cracking, and sometimes here we've got some alligator cracking. Apparently had a dirty piece of aggregate in there that popped out or something, and got a little bit of grass even transverse crack, which would be low severity, and it's close enough to the 6 feet long to be counted. Got an edge crack here where there has apparently been some type of patching done around it. Looks like a depression right there. Some marks here, some type of metal on a vehicle was turning through here and actually scarred the pavement. So a pretty good view of the transverse. As we approach Station 2, we start getting into some more cracking, some alligator cracking here of moderate severity in the outer wheel path. And another transverse crack, and then we lose it again. The cracking continues to be intermittent, which has been pretty typical of the last few sections throughout here. We're on a right curve where we've got the water all draining over, and that might explain some of these edge problems. We've got a larger drainage area, and that's bringing more water. And they've come in here along the edge where they've had a large drop. Brought in some type 1 asphalt or sand asphalt and just bladed it through here or shoveled it in. The predominant distress type appears to be transverse cracking, but we'll see more as we get on up through here. In the center of the lane and also in the inside wheel path. The distresses in this lane are generally not as severe as over in the other lane. We picked this lane to monitor just more out of convenience than anything else, because the Pasco and the profilometer are going to have to come right across this road in order to get to the other test sections, as I've mentioned before. And now we're picking up some alligator cracking in the inner wheel path. And without any shadows, they seem to come through pretty well, at least on the little monitor I have here. Then another crack which kind of snakes its way across. I would call that a transverse crack of moderate severity, because it does extend all the way, although not straight, it does go all the way across the lane. Now as we're coming to the end of the test section, we've got some cracking in both wheel paths, but it is not throughout. We've got station 4 and so on. It's just we have spots of it lengths of say 20 or 30 feet apiece where we have it.